Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is now week 9 in the NFL, so we are back with my week 9 NFL predictions video. If you enjoy the content, make sure you do like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. With that being said, let's get to my week 9 NFL predictions. All right, and as always, we start with the previous week recap. So we'll just go over these very quickly. Ravens beat the Bucks. I wasn't too shocked by this. Broncos, Jaguars. Jaguars, I don't know what's going on, but they're just not the same team anymore. And Broncos, they get the job done. Nathaniel Hackett remains a head coach in this league for another week. Falcons beat the Panthers. Yeah, it was kind of just two shit teams, honestly. Cowboys beat the Bears. Yeah, I did not expect the Cowboys to give up this many points, but Bears offense kind of is okay. I don't know. They just got Chase Claypool, so we'll see how they go. Dolphins, Lions. Yeah, Lions, I just don't know. I just kind of feel bad for them at this point. Dolphins, they look good with Tua. Undefeated with Tua this season when he's starting and plays the whole game. Next, we have the Vikings and the Cardinals. Vikings look okay. Their defense is leaves a little bit to be desired for sure, but Cardinals kind of just a shit show. But D-Hop's back and D-Hop looks good. Saints, Raiders, or Raiders fans, man, feel bad for them this week. That's just an unacceptably terrible loss. So we'll see what changes they can make. Patriots and the Jets. Yeah, Jets finally came back down to earth. Patriots, they look decent, I guess. I guess Mac Jones is going to be their quarterback going forward. But yeah, Zach Wilson not looking good. Eagles, Steelers are doing Steeler things. Titans, Texans. I don't know why the Titans games are so close. I know Malik Willis had his first career start, but still, they don't look great. Commanders, Colts. Yeah, Sam Ehlinger gets his first career start, and he looks average, I guess. Didn't do too much to win the game, didn't do too much to lose the game, but Taylor Heineke, he gets those Commanders up in the morning. For the Niners and the Rams, so the Rams, you guys are the jackasses, and you are the reason I lost in fantasy this week. The guy I went against had 4 49ers players, and they all had multiple touchdowns. I think all went close to 100 yards on the day, and the other one was Jimmy G. So Rams, you fucked me because your defense is star-studded, but ass. As for the Seahawks and Giants, the Seahawks look sneaky good. I was genuinely impressed with my Seahawks, but I think I'm just less high on the Giants than other people were, even though I did have them in my power rankings just because they were getting wins. But yeah, they did not look good against the Seahawks. Bills, Packers are just not good right now. Bills, I just expected more offense, I guess, but oh well. Browns, Bengals. Browns, I don't know how this was a blowout. Apparently the Browns just know how to beat the Bengals every single week. But that being said, 11-4 on the week, pretty good. Well, I was watching all the games on Sunday. I was like, I'm not getting a single pick right today, but they're pretty good. So yeah, we're after week 8, we're 70, 52-1, looking pretty good. We're plus 18. That means I could go a whole week with every game wrong, and I would still be positive. How crazy is that? That's cool. But yeah, that is the previous week recap. All right, now let's move over to my weekly NFL rankings. You guys know I only do the top 5. So number 5, Dallas. I kind of just got to give it to them. Their defense looks good. Even though it looked less good last week, I still think they are a very good team. Next to the Ravens, I like the Ravens a lot. I think they just went and got Roquan Smith as well, so this defense is going to get even better. I feel like they should have went and got a wide receiver. Maybe they're holding out for Odell, but yeah, I like the Ravens a lot. And the next 3 did not change. Eagles, Bills, Chiefs. Chiefs had a bye this week. Bills, I still think they're the best team in the AFC as of right now. And the Eagles just dominant, and they just keep doing it every single week. So yeah, that is my top 5. Next, these are the teams on buys this week. So yeah, we got the Cowboys, Broncos, Steelers, Niners, Giants, and Browns, all on buys this week, all not being discussed. And we will not be discussing these games as well. So the Thursday night football games, the Eagles and the Texans, I just expect a blowout at this point. If the Eagles lose this game, that'll kind of just throw a lot of things into shambles. Next is for the early window of games. The only game we're not discussing is the Raiders and Jaguars. I still have faith in the Raiders. Jaguars just haven't looked good at all since about week 3, I think. But yeah, and all the late window games we will be discussing. Okay, and the first game we will be discussing is the LA Chargers at the Atlanta Falcons. That will start our early window of games. So the Chargers, they just have way too many injuries right now. And Herbert, I think he needs to shut it down for right now. Just look at Baker last season. He was injured the entire season, was just not playing well, and it was just not good football that he was playing. I think they need to do the same thing with Herbert, where just bench him for a few weeks or however long he needs so he can get healthy. And they need to just run the ball more. With Austin Eckler, I just feel like this team needs to identify the run and stick with it. As for the Falcons, they win despite being turnover prone as hell. Their offense looks all right. I'm not sure if Cordell Patterson is coming back this week, but they definitely need him back as soon as possible. He is their best player. And sneaky decent team that could win the division. I'm not high on it very much, but I can definitely see that happening. So that being said, this is an upset pick for me. I got the Falcons winning this one. Falcons 28, Chargers 24. I'm not impressed with the Chargers right now. And Falcons, their offense gives me a little bit of hope. Okay, and our next game is the Miami Dolphins at the Chicago Bears. So Dolphins, they have not lost with Tua this year when he plays the entire game. So I'm feeling pretty good about the Dolphins right now. Waddle and Hill, they are a lethal combo. Neither of them care who gets the lion's share of the credit or the carries, but they are so damn good with wide receivers right now. It is, I'm very jealous right now. And yeah, they're playing a very mistake-free football right now, and yeah, it's getting wins. And when I say mistake-free football, they make the mistakes, but the other team does not capitalize on these mistakes. So, oh well. As for the Bears, I think their tanking has begun. I know they just went and got Chase Claypool, but they traded away 2 of their best defensive players, so just not good. However, I am excited to see what Justin Fields can look like with a receiver like Chase Claypool, so we'll see how that goes. Offensive line continues to struggle, and that is why, yeah, I got Miami winning this one. Miami 27, Bears 17. I could see this being kind of a blowout, but we'll see. Bears offense has not looked awful, so we'll see about this one. All right, our next game is the Carolina Panthers at the Cincinnati Bengals. So the Panthers, their defense is the only bright side on this team. I know the Rams just offered 2 first-round picks for Burns, their best defensive lineman, and they've rejected it. So I think they're content with what their defense is. They just have nothing on offense. But PJ Walker, he was a baller last week. He was the reason that they went to overtime in that game, which in actuality, the Panthers should have won this game. And it's just missed kicks and all that crap. Taking has begun, though. Yeah, I don't expect this team to do anything else in for the rest of the season. So, yeah, Bengals, Jamar Chase, he's just injured right now, and it's taking its toll on this offense because he's the only one who can get open, make his own plays, and I'm pretty sure he gets 2 defensive players on him every single time he's on the field, which opens up the field for everybody else. So yeah, just did not look good without Jamar Chase, and I think he'll be out for at least another 5-6 weeks. So that really stinks. Burrow, I just think he needs to play like the franchise quarterback that he is. I know Jamar Chase wasn't there, but he's got other weapons, and I think they only ran the ball 8 times last week against the Browns, so they need to establish the run for sure. And their offensive line is still just so bad, man. It bums me out. I think they said the Bengals have been sacked 29 times this season, which is second in the league right now. Not good. You need to get that fixed. However, I think they can get it done against the Panthers. I do have the Bengals winning this one. Bengals 24, Panthers 13. I just expect the Bengals to win this one. All right, and our next game is the Green Bay Packers at the Detroit Lions. So Packers, Aaron Rodgers is just struggling so much. It's just not a good look for the 2-time defending MVP. And there's just doesn't seem like there's any unity on this team. Aaron Rodgers is talking shit on the players and the coaches, and nobody's really saying anything about it. And when they come out to play games, they just look awful. So I'm just not very high on the Packers. And I think their run game needs to be established. I talked about it last week. Run the ball. You have 2 great running backs. Just believe and keep running the ball for sure. As for the Lions, I'm just not impressed with their offense anymore. They kind of peaked early. The last time they looked good was against the Seahawks in that loss. But yeah, they just do not look good. And Jared Goff, he just tries to make too many hero plays, and it just hardly ever works. Maybe like 1 out of 20 times works. As for the defense just feels like it has absolutely no fire. I just don't believe in this defense at all. And yeah, just not looking good for either of these teams. So it's kind of just a toss-up. But I got the Packers winning this one, getting back in their winning ways. Packers 24, Lions 23. I would not be surprised if this game went the other way with the Lions winning, but I expect this game to be close. Okie dokie, and our next game is the Indianapolis Colts at the New England Patriots. So Colts, they got Sam Ehlinger right now. I don't know what else to say about it. He didn't look bad in his first start, but he didn't look like he was contributing one way or the other, in my opinion. He was just a neutral quarterback, just throwing the ball, and that was it. That's all I was really seeing from him last week. Their running game needs to come back. I think Jonathan Taylor missed practice this week again, and they traded Hines, I believe, their backup running back. So I'm not sure if this team is in tank mode, but maybe some team should inquire about Jonathan Taylor because, oof. As for their wide receivers, they just don't have any good wide receivers. Like they have people who can play like as a number 2 and a number 3, but I'm just not seeing a big name wide receiver on this team. I know T.Y. Hilton used to be, but he's been gone for a bit now. So yeah, just very odd for this team right now. As for the Patriots, Mac Jones is just very turnover prone, and I don't think that's ever going to change. And I just think this defense is the only bright side on this team, in my opinion. And that is why I have the Patriots winning this one. Patriots 20, Colts 18. I'm not very high on the Colts anymore. All right, and our next game is the Buffalo Bills at the New York Jets. So the Bills, they only scored 3 points in the second half last week, and that is unacceptable. So they need to get their shit together offensively and figure this out. So the team just doesn't look like the juggernaut that they're supposed to be, or that everybody is presuming that they are anymore. And I'm just very confused at this team. And run the ball, run the damn ball. I don't understand them and the Bengals. They need to figure out what's going on in the run game and just run the damn ball. As for the Jets, Zach Wilson makes way too many mistakes. I was saying he is their leader of this team, and I still feel that way, but this team just needs to play better offensively. Their defense looks solid. Sauce Gardner is that dude. I really like him. I just believe in the formula of this team being a defensive juggernaut and having offense that can get you to wins in games. And so that's why my third point is give Robert Saleh more time. Please do not fire him. I think he's the best head coach they have had in a while. So yeah, please just give Robert Saleh more time. That defense looks looking good. Offense is a little bit to be desired. I still do have the Bills winning this one. I just don't expect the Jets to get over 17 points. So we'll see about that. But yeah, I got the Bills 30, Jets 17. Just don't see the Bills losing this one. Okay, and our next game is the Minnesota Vikings at the Washington Commanders. So the Vikings, their offense has been looking good. I will admit it. As long as it's not a big time game, Kirk Cousins doesn't throw the ball away and doesn't throw the game away. They just got TJ Hawkinson in a trade from the Lions, which trading in division like that is kind of weird to me. I had to look it up just to make sure I was telling the truth. And yeah, don't know why the Lions would trade it to an in division rival, but it is what it is. And yeah, they don't stay one-dimensional. I think this team is definitely pretty well balanced, and I'm liking what I see. If I had to pick a sixth team in my tiers, this would probably be that sixth team. As for the Commanders, they're just a different team with Taylor Heineke. I don't know what it is, but they believe in him, and they can beat a lot of teams except for the Cowboys, and I'm pretty sure except for the Eagles. They just have absolutely no shot against those two teams. They need to run the ball more. Yeah, Antonio Gibbs. I think it's Gibbs or Gibson. I'm sorry. But yeah, I just keep running the ball, keep figuring out RPO and ways to get the ball out of Taylor Heineke's hands, because I think he's like one hit away from getting just his clock cleaned. That's just what it looks like to me on the field. As for their defense, just continue getting healthy, and hopefully this team can maybe make some noise come the end of the year. That being said, I still do have the Vikings in this one. I expect this game to be on the closer side. I don't expect the Commanders to get blown out, but we'll see. Still have the Vikings 28, Commanders 20. Definitely thinking the Vikings in this one. All right, and our next game is the Seattle Seahawks versus the Arizona Cardinals to start our late window of games. I think there's only 2 late window of games this week. So the Seahawks, their defense is much improved. Their young players have bought into the Seahawks game plan and are looking so good, and it makes me so happy to see. Kenneth Walker, he looks like he is that dude, man. He was getting shut down the entire week or the entire day against the Giants, and he broke away for that touchdown at the end, and I don't know, he's looking pretty good. And for this team, no turnovers equals wins, because the Seahawks team is good enough to get those turnovers, but they just have to make sure they're not giving the turnovers, and I think they can win most weeks. As for the Cardinals, D-Hop is back. D-Hop is that dude. Yeah, D-Hop doesn't look like he's missed a step. The running game needs to improve. I just see Kyler Murray running for his life constantly, and it's just not looking great. And yeah, like I said, Kyler, he needs to carry this team occasionally, but he can't do that with a below average offensive line from what we've seen through the first 8 weeks. So yeah, I'm not too high on the Cardinals. However, we have a rule. I do not bet on my Seahawks anymore. Not this season. It's over. I'm not betting on the Seahawks, not betting for the Seahawks. Got the Cardinals winning this one. Cardinals 21, Seahawks 20. I expect the Seahawks to come back down to earth eventually, just because of what's happened in the past. But I hope I'm wrong. And our next game is the LA Rams at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So for the Rams, they have no run game whatsoever at all. I know they really wanted Christian McCaffrey. Probably should have given a first round pick if they had one, but it is what it is, I guess. Stafford, he is also one of those players that makes too many hero plays, and most of the time it leads to an interception. So he needs to tone it back a little bit. And yeah, this defense has no fire. They have some of the best players probably to ever play the sport, and none of them have any fire to play right now. And it's really quite sad, especially against those Niners. Like that's a big rivalry game, and Jalen Ramsey's dropping picks. They can't sack Jimmy G, and they're just letting Jimmy G complete anything and everything to every single player whenever he wants it. This team does not look good right now. As for Tampa Bay, they have no run game at all. These two teams are very, very similar. In fact, no run game at all. Leonard Fournette is just not doing well with this terrible offensive line. Brady makes too many hero plays, which leads to everybody getting frustrated, and none of his receivers can catch the ball. It's just really unfortunate for them. And their defense is just injured as hell right now. That being said, might be a controversial pick, but I got the Rams winning this one. I got the Rams 24, Buccaneers 20. I just expect the Rams to put it together at some point, because that's what they've done in the past. I'm not sure if this Super Bowl hangover is real for them, but we'll see. And now we are on to Sunday Night Football. It is the Tennessee Titans at the Kansas City Chiefs. So for the Titans, let King Henry reign, man. He is their best player. Just run the ball. 100% of the plays, don't even pass it. It's not even worth it. Just get 3 good running backs so you can give Derrick Henry a break every once in a while and just run the ball, because the passing of this game doesn't exist. Especially they traded AJ Brown for whatever damn reason. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Defense is much improved. Yeah, their defense is looking good. It's definitely getting to the quarterback. And yeah, I definitely am a little bit higher on the Titans defense. Their quarterback situation doesn't look good. Malik Willis just wasn't doing anything until they figured out, hey, let's just run the ball for the rest of the game. And then that's how they won. As for the Chiefs, Mahomes carries. That's kind of it. Mahomes is the GOAT right now. In my opinion, he's the best quarterback playing the game right now. And yeah, I just expect the Chiefs to win now. Their running game needs to be established. Yeah, they established it the week before, right before their bye week. I think it was against the Niners. But yeah, I think they just need to be two-dimensional at all times. And I think this team can be pretty decent. The defense needs to just stop making mistakes like penalties. Just stop getting penalties, and I think this defense will be a lot better. That being said, I'm not betting against the Chiefs. Chiefs winning this one. Chiefs 31, Titans 27. We'll see. Titans have the Chiefs number occasionally, but definitely not recently. So we'll see about this one. And finally, we are on to Monday Night Football. It is the Baltimore Ravens at the New Orleans Saints. So for the Ravens, I think they have a great RPO right now. Their running game is good, but I just need to see a little bit more in the passing game. But their RPO is looking a lot better. Defense is playing better. They are, and they just traded for Roquan Smith, so I think it's Roquan Smith. I might be saying the wrong name this entire time, but they traded for a new player from the Bears. I expect this defense to continue to be good, and I just need Lamar to get another receiver as soon as possible because it's stressing me out every single time he drops back. He's bobbing and weaving, getting just tossed around. Yeah, they definitely need another receiver. As for the Saints, Andy Dalton is not the guy. Taysom Hill is not the guy. But if you can't stop Taysom Hill, you can't stop this offense. So they need to figure that part out. Their defense is very hot and very cold. They can beat certain teams, but can't beat other teams. It's just this team is so damn confusing, and it's so damn annoying to have to watch them every single week. But it is what it is. I am not confident in this game at all, but I am giving it to the Ravens. Ravens 24, Saints 23. I expect this game to be super close, but I'm just very concerned about who's going to win this game. Anyway, that will do it for our Week 9 NFL predictions video. If you agreed with anything I said or disagreed with anything I said, make sure you do leave those in the comment section down below. Let's get a conversation going. My name is Rogine. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.